tell Jack about the dowry.
Welcome to the Progress Texas Happy Hour.
If you don't have a wedding, we can just get married.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Progress Texas Happy Hour. My name is Chris Mosier. I am the podcasting director here at Progress Texas, and we have a terrific guest for you as we roll into MLK Monday. The Tarrant County Commissioners Court, boys and girls, under the thumb of MAGA crusader and County Judge Tim O'Hare, has become a statewide example of what happens when conservative leaders let their own power go to their heads. Tim O'Hare is known for sexist, racist commentary during proceedings, ejecting people who show up and ask questions that make him uncomfortable. And as we know, he helped that court become a test run of sorts for the redistricting of Texas's congressional map. They did the exact same racist thing in redrawing Tarrant County to eliminate a Democrat from that already GOP-heavy balance there in the Tarrant County Commissioners Court. Precinct 2 Commissioner Alisa Simmons has similarly, through that same story, developed a statewide profile in her very public clashes with Tim O'Hare, which have now been brought to a new level as she runs against him for that top job in Tarrant County. We're big fans, and we're super proud to have her back. Tarrant County Commissioner Alisa Simmons, welcome back to the pod.
Hey, Chris, what's happening?
Oh, just hanging out, and glad to have you with us. And, you know, us political nerds here in Texas, I think, are probably more familiar than others with what I just described. But for those of us who don't live in Tarrant County and those of us who have not had your personal experience, we may not understand just how bad things have really been under Tim O'Hare. Would you give us an idea before we start talking about your campaign about the real day-to-day realities of having to deal with that guy?
Sure. He's arrogant. He's power hungry. You know, he's an a-hole. and I think he's proud of it and okay with it. He is a tyrant, and it is not good for the county.
Right.
It's not good for our mission and the people we are attempting to serve. It is insane here. It is terrible. There are 5 of us on the Commissioners Court. If you're in Texas, you are probably familiar that each of the 254 counties has a body of folks, elected officials. Each county has a Commissioners Court.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a city council, there's a body that runs the city. Just like the school board, there's a body that runs the school district. Well, we manage the day-to-day of the county.
Right.
It is a job. It is a day-to-day. You go into the office job. This is not council or school board type thing.
Right.
And so we are managing the budget, managing county's roads and bridges out in the unincorporated areas of the county. Tarrant County is the 3rd largest county in the state, the 14th largest county in the country. It's large.
Mm-hmm.
And the population here is about, at last census count, was 2.2 million. So it's a good sized county, but it's poorly run because it's run by 3 of the 5 on the Commissioners Court are MAGA Republicans. They are MAGA guys. And then you have 2 of us who are Democrats. So just the day-to-day cutting of services, terminating department heads, and terrorizing the poor county staff who folks who used to be proud of the jobs that they had at the county day to day are terrified about whether or not they're going to lose their jobs if this guy somehow is found to be unhappy. It is insane. Commissioner Miles and I, there is not an initiative or an idea or anything that we can get past because those 3 are just not going to, they're not going to support it. It's not going to happen. There's no working across the aisle. I tried that. my entire first year. O'Hare, Commissioner Manny Ramirez, and myself were elected at the same time. So our first day in office was January 1st, 2023. So we've been in office 3 years. We're in our 4th year, and we're each seeking to remain on the Commissioner's Court. I don't want either of them to remain on the Commissioner's Court. Our county, our constituents, those who need the services of the county would be much better off if those two were not on this Commissioner's Court.
I notice, Commissioner, as you talk about these other folks on the court, that you use the term MAGA rather than just you calling them Republicans, and that to me says something about the style of a worldview that we're talking about. The background and the ideas that these people hold important. Would you talk about that distinction between the difference between a MAGA person and a run-of-the-mill Republican person?
Sure. So I'll just get straight to it. Project 2025 is the current politics of the Tarrant County Commissioner's Court. We need to give them credit. We need to give them a hand clap, thumbs up, because they have implemented Trump's Project 2025 here at the local level. And they have done it expertly. They give them credit. They have eliminated our Human Services Department, a department that existed for 50 years that provides rental assistance, utility assistance for senior citizens, hygiene products, transportation, a number of human services needs to people who are as privileged as you and I, people who live on the margins, people who need help. So they've eliminated the Human Services Department. Insane. They did it with no transition plan. So October 1, these people had nothing, nowhere to go. They didn't know where to turn to receive those resources. They have cut our polling places in the last couple of elections by 33%, and specifically in communities of color. So our county judge typically ejects people from Commissioner's Court because he doesn't like being called what he is, a tyrant, a racist, whatever they call him. If he doesn't like it, he's ejecting them. He is violating their free speech. He is having sheriff's deputies remove these people from their Commissioner's Court meeting room because it is, in fact, the taxpayers' facility. We are there to serve the taxpayers.
Right.
Nobody says we're supposed to be there and like what people have to say about us. We signed up for this damn job, right?
Right. That's absolutely right.
Do you think people get up, get dressed, take off their jobs or whatever, come to Commissioner's Court, pay to park to come in there and tell us we're doing a bang up job? No.
Probably not.
Probably not.
In most cases, probably not. You're probably right about
No.
that.
People are coming to tell us they have a problem and they have an expectation for us to address it, if not fix it.
Right.
And when they come, they're probably a little upset. And so they may say something that might be offensive, especially if you disrespect them. You blow them off. You look at your papers the whole time they're talking. You pay them no attention. Then you might get called a name. And they have a constitutional right to call us those names. Now, Y'all might say that's easy for her to say. She only gets called a name once or twice a year. And I mean, you take it.
Yeah.
You suck it up and you take it. So yes, it is insane. We've eliminated programs and projects that it cut budgets, affected our county hospital, the tax rate, its budget. It's crazy. He has got to go.
A lot to fix, it sounds like. And where you're up, where you are up there, Commissioner, is considered to be very much an indicator for how the whole state's going to go. Tarrant and Fort Worth, long considered a bellwether politically for Texas. As Fort Worth goes, so goes Texas. Tell us what you're seeing and hearing, not only on the campaign trail, but even before you decided to run for this office, just, in your day-to-day life from your friends and neighbors, about how the political winds have shifted in that part of the state. Is there a blue breeze blowing in Tarrant County, or is that just a story?
No, there is definitely a blue breeze blowing here in Tarrant County. 100%. Because, and we can attribute some of that to what's happening nationally, what Trump is doing nationally, and how it's
Right.
affecting everybody, just intimately, each and every one of us, how it's affecting us and people we know, if not us directly, but people we know. So there's that. Then with regard to what should be a sleepy county commissioner's court, that's not so here in Tarrant County. You mentioned in your opening about the dust ups that Tim and I have had on the court, because he is so offensive to our constituents. He is so disrespectful to our constituents and me. And so what I'm not going to do is sit there. I'm not going to sit there and take it. Right.
Right.
And so there have been, dust ups. They have garnered lots of media attention. And more and more people began to pay attention to what was happening at commissioners' court meetings. And what they found was we've got an inordinate amount of jail deaths. We have cut the polling places, as I've mentioned, our human services department, on and on and on. And so people have been paying attention to commissioners' court and our business, and they've gotten real interested in how to get this guy out of here. How do we change this? And so that was happening before I decided to run for judge. But then we've got the Senate District 9 race here in Tarrant County.
Right. Huge story.
It's
Huge story.
a huge story. It's very exciting, because did we really expect Taylor Rehmet to come out of that thing with the most votes against?
Came that close. And
Close.
we had Taylor on our pod just a few days ago. And for listeners who may not have caught that, Taylor Rehmet running in a special election to fill the District 9 state Senate seat that Kelly Hancock vacated to go take over the comptroller's office. Came, I want to say it was 47.9% of the vote. If he had made it just another couple points up, it'd been all over. There wouldn't be a runoff. So
yes.
Pretty insane.
And he didn't raise the amount of money they raised.
Right. Nowhere near.
And so believe me when I tell you, the momentum, the gangs of people volunteering on Taylor's campaign in this runoff are huge. We are all in these streets for Taylor. Everybody's canvassing, phone banking. There is a lot of excitement. And I'm not one of those, oh, come on, chin up. Everything's going to be all right.
Right.
Everything's going to be all right. I'm not that. I am a realist. I would not be telling you that I think Taylor's got this. If I didn't think so, it's not even think, it's what I observe.
Yeah.
I mean, we are all working. And the number of Republicans who are working, and even those who are posting saying, I'm sorry, I'm voting for this guy. I'm a Republican, but he's got my vote. It's about to go down here in Tarrant County. And when it does, it's starting with Taylor. It's going to move on to this county judge seat and a couple of these county commissioner seats. And we've got a great Democratic slate in Tarrant County of professional, experienced candidates from the top to the bottom with county-wise. And I'm so proud of who we've got. We're going to flip some seats. Hopefully, that district attorney seat, that guy's got to go. Hopefully, all of them. But it's going to happen in Tarrant County. Thanks to Trump, thanks to Tim O'Hare, it's time.
Right on. You can definitely feel a positive energy when you're in Fort Worth. My mother-in-law lives up there. My wife is from there, and so I'm there pretty regularly. I love being in Fort Worth, being all around Tarrant County for sure. You can feel a good energy going on there. And I love that our conversation has hit a positive note, but I do want to ask you about something that is anything but positive.
Okay.
We talked to a former staffer of yours, Gabe Rivas, who's actually running for that precinct 2 seat now that you've moved on to this other race on Friday for our In Progress show. And he talked about something you just alluded to, the problem at the Tarrant County Jail, which I think is a story that has not seen near enough statewide coverage. That is a really a dire situation. Would you briefly give us the details, people who haven't heard about what's going on at the Tarrant County Jail, what's happening there, and how would you be able to address it as county judge?
Yes. So our sheriff, Bill Wayburn, MAGA guy, since he's been in office since I think 2018, 2017, there have been 76 deaths in the Tarrant County Jail.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And let me tell you why it's a lot. Give you another example. Last year, 2024, Tarrant County, we had 9 deaths in the jail. Our jail population averages around 4,500. I looked this morning, it was 4,555. Harris County, Houston area, that jail population's just under 10,000. 2024, we had 9 deaths in the jail. Harris County had 10.
Yep.
Okay. Just the disproportionality of that.
Right.
The problem is we can't get this sheriff to be concerned enough about it, to seek solutions or offers of assistance. I want this guy to have every tool he needs to determine what is happening. Is it detention officers? Is it JPS, the county hospital, that's not taking care of these people who come in with illnesses? We have lethal force deaths too. Is it MHMR, the behavioral part of it? Guy, I'm just trying to help you get to the bottom of it. But he doesn't want the help. And neither do my colleagues to my left. It is only it's only me and those community advocates who are calling out these jail deaths. What I've asked my colleagues to do in closed session is let's call in the Justice Department. None of us seem to be able to convince his sheriff, or you all are working with him to keep the problems on the down low, or you just don't care. Let's call in the Justice Department. They are not for it. So I have asked the Justice Department to come in and spent a year and a half talking to the Justice Department about coming in. They know everything about every death in Tarrant County. They're coming. They just didn't, they've got to have the staff. And they assured me when we get there, Commissioner Simmons, we'll be there for years.
Wow.
But then Trump got elected. I cannot get in touch with the 3 lawyers I dealt with that whole year and a half at the Justice Department. So that's what needs to happen. We've given this guy consultants. We've let him hire whomever he felt like he needed to hire, to help him figure this out. And it's not been successful. We need federal intervention.
Very, very good. That's a scary situation there. So, Commissioner, we're having this conversation as we celebrate MLK Day, and it occurs to me that it's become really easy and actually pretty common for politicians, including politicians who do not adhere to Dr. King's teachings or philosophy in any meaningful way, to use his quotes and quotations for their own ends. Frequently, frankly, empty calls for unity that don't mean a whole lot without also addressing the call for justice that Dr. King issued. As you look at the current leadership in Tarrant County and the challenges that face the community up there, tell us about your views on what most people in Texas are maybe failing to understand and embrace about the real message of Dr. King, and how do all of us who are looking to make a change as you are best honor Dr. King's legacy in this crucial midterm year?
Sure. So Dr. King was one of the most influential African-American leaders in history. His legacy has inspired people around the world to fight for equality. But that hypervisibility, I believe, has also led to the whitewashing or sanitization of his life's work. He was a Baptist minister from the South, a lawbreaker, a protester. He challenged norms. He broke barriers, preaching about resistance and strength just as often as he preached about love. But over time, many of these qualities have been written out of history, and most definitely omitted from these current King Day celebrations. So as we reflect on Dr. King's work, please understand that somewhere between his assassination and today began an MLK sterilization campaign meant to turn this famed agitator's holiday into a national day of service, which is okay, but it's kind of a generic hodgepodge, if you ask me, of good feelings that contort Dr. King's social justice legacy into, I don't know, a blissful Hallmark card of post-racial nothingness.
Yeah.
So, that's how I feel about it. Absolutely. I support service. I've committed my life to service. And I encourage people to, make it a day on and not a day off. And so get out in the community and do those service project things. But remember, this man called out the ills of racism,
Right.
capitalism, the Vietnam War, and all that didn't involve any of the warm fuzzies that revisionists have assigned to King by solely focusing on that fantastical end of his famed speech at the March on Washington. So anyway, that might be a downer, but it irritates me that, we've softened this man and his work and his fight and the stress and the struggles that he and his family endured to fight for civil rights. he went just as hard as Malcolm X, but we kind of sanitized that and smoothed over his work and his fight.
We're in an era where things are going down on the streets. We watched the images coming out of Minneapolis and other places that are just horrifying. And I think folks who have gone to the teachings of Dr. King are real quick to grab onto his ideas of nonviolent resistance. What in your mind, given what you just said, which is dynamite, how do we best honor Dr. King's teachings as we deal with this difficult moment?
I think it is incumbent upon all of us to be a voice for the voiceless, for the people who don't have representation. As we see ICE in our communities, it's not just in Minneapolis. They're here in Tarrant County.
Sure.
I get calls all the time. They're in Mansfield. They're hanging out. And be very clear, our sheriff has invited them here. They are welcomed here by the Tarrant County Sheriff's Department. So when we see something, when we see it happening, protect those people. If we spot ICE or some situation happening before those in danger see ICE coming, it is our responsibility to take care of our neighbors, to protect the innocent. The folks that are here contributing, working. And so I just think we have each other's backs, and we stand up for one another and don't succumb to the tyranny, the fascism. Don't succumb to that. Don't succumb to the racism. Don't give up. And I guarantee you, in Tarrant County, people are pushing back against it. They're doing just what I suggested needs to happen. And you asked me the question, and I thought about all the people that show up at Commissioner's Court, all of the people in opposition to the 10 Commandments being placed on the lawn of the Tarrant County Courthouse on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
There is resistance. They showed up. There is resistance. They show up at Commissioner's Court. There is resistance. They tell Tarrant County Judge Tim O'Hare to his face that he is a fascist. He is a tyrant. He is a racist. He is a bully. He is power hungry. He is weak. They tell him that to his face. And so I encourage people, just say it plain and, fight for what's right and resist.
Fabulous. Tarrant County Commissioner and County Judge candidate Alisa Simmons. As I said, we're great big fans, and we appreciate the time today, and we wish you all the best in your campaign, and please let us know what's going on with it.
Sure will. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to kind of talk about what's happening here. Sometimes, I wonder, do people really know? And so it's good to let people know. And it's therapeutic. So thanks for the therapy today.
Absolutely. I'll say the same thing. Progress Texas is an independent, nonprofit, rapid response media organization. While campaigns come and go, we're the permanent home for progressive media in action in the Lone Star State. I'm Chris Mosier. Thanks so much for listening. Happy MLK Day, and we will catch you again real soon.